I'm going on a 64-mile solo backpacking trip on the Appalachian Trail in Pennsylvania. I've got my complete kit here ready to go. It's got everything, water, food. I could hit the trail right now and I'm ready to go with everything. I want to show you first how much everything weighs. 23.9 pounds, and that's fully loaded with everything. 23.9 pounds, that's really not bad for a fully loaded pack with water, food, everything, enough for 4 days. So I want to talk about exactly what I've got in my pack. I want to go through everything and show you all of it. Also, this is a fall trip, so it's going to be cooler. I've got some my heavier bag and some other, heavier clothes that I'm bringing that I wouldn't normally bring in the summer. I want to go through all of it, so let's start right now. Okay, firstly, I want to start out with my pack. This is the Ohm 2.0 by ULA Gear. I love this pack. When I started backpacking, I had like just a regular Gregory backpack. That thing was like close to 5 pounds. I switched to this. I think this one's only a couple of pounds. So I saved like 2 or 3 pounds simply from switching packs. I also personally think this one's more comfortable, more simple. There's really one main compartment. All around awesome pack. ULA Ohm 2.0. Check it out. Okay, so first up, let's talk clothes. It's going to be like 60 degrees during the day and then in the upper 30s at night. So I'm going to wear just a regular t-shirt. I got these at Costco. They're the special material that doesn't wick water. And to be honest with you, for a 4-day trip, I'm just wearing one t-shirt. I have one other shirt to wear at night, but I simply just wear one t-shirt, and I'd rather be stinky and smelly and save some weight. I imagine you guys probably do too. Pants. I've got these Columbia zip-off pants, and I know it's November, but it's going to be pretty mild this weekend, so I love hiking in shorts, but also when I get to camp, I appreciate being able to wear long pants, so I'm going to bring the zip-offs. At night, I don't like getting cold, so I have this, I think it's called Merino Tech. This is merino wool that I can slip on at night and be nice and cozy inside my sleeping bag. I've got the tops, but I've also got the bottoms. And these things, if you haven't tried merino wool, these things are incredibly warm and just keep you nice and toasty, especially when you're not moving. And I only wear them when I'm not moving. I've never hiked in them. I've got the like a baklava. This is nice for sleeping too, because my head gets a little cold, and that'll take care of that. I've got my pillow. So in a previous video, I talked about this, but I sewed this up. There's some instructions online. You can follow a DIY guide. And essentially, you take anything that you're not wearing that's soft and you just shove it in here. So I usually put like my rain jacket and then other stuff, extra socks, even my pack cover into this. And I think it makes a pretty cozy pillow. I got a pair of extra socks, gloves. It's going to be a little cooler this time, so early in the morning, it's nice to have those gloves on. If it's in the 30s, you're hiking with your trekking poles, nice to have some nice gloves. This one's kind of funny, but this is my pee bag. So it's going to be in the 30s. In the middle of the night, I don't want to get up and have to pee. So I very, very carefully will use this as my pee bag in the middle of the night so I can use the bathroom in the tent without having to get up. No, it doesn't quite work the same way with the ladies, but for us guys, this is a pretty good solution. All right, so moving on, this is my first aid bag, and I have first aid combined with a couple of other things in here. But one of the things I always do in my first aid bag, bring cash. So I have 50 bucks here. You never know when you're going to need cash. Sometimes you're somewhere where you can't use your credit card or your debit card. I have a backup S-Bit style fuel cube. This is peace of mind because I definitely want a warm meal at night. And if something goes wrong with my stove, I can get like 1 or 2 boils out of one of these little Esbit style cubes. So I always carry this in my first aid pouch. I've got, all the regular kind of first aid stuff like Q-tips, tape, eye drops. I have the whole bottle, but only the very bottom is full with eye drops. Likewise, lip balm. I have a tiny thing of lip balm, barely weighs anything, but if you get chapped lips out there, that can be a lifesaver. I've got the Lyco tape, just in case I get any blisters or anything like that. I've got like just some gauze, a tourniquet, a little tube of Aquaphor, especially in the colder months. This can be really handy if you have like a crack in your skin, or you can even use this on your lips. Really handy to have. And then I've got like alcohol pads, an antihistamine, Benadryl, and I've never had to use it, but I bring some Ducalax laxative out there. One time I saw a guy get constipated on the trail, and I felt so sorry for him. So now, just in case, I just have these and pack them in my first aid kit. More gauze, and then the rest is just bandages. Lastly, I have 3 emergency matches with a strike pad. I carry a lighter, but you never know. This barely weighs anything. It's nice to have. I just stick it in my first aid kit. All right, so next up, I've got my stove kit, and I did make a change in the stove kit since my last trip. Stove kit. I've got 1 MSR small fuel canister. I've got my Lixta titanium 750 milliliter pot with lid. And this trip I'm bringing the BRS 3000T stove instead of my AO2 stove that I normally bring. This saves like 2 ounces, and really I'm just boiling water, so this will be more than enough. 1 lighter. All right, next up, my water kit. I always know my water kit because I keep it in this camouflage sack. Inside of it, I've got my 2-liter clean water platypus container. I've got my, I think this is also 2-liter by CNOC Vecto. I love this thing. It's great for scooping water. And then I've got my Sawyer Squeeze water filter, which I also love. Okay, so my Diddy bag kit. This is what I'm always going to bring with me when I need to use the bathroom in the morning, when I brush my teeth, and in the evening. But in it, I've got my toilet paper, toothbrush. I've got the douche trowel. I've also got some wet wipes that I bring with me. Sunscreen. There's probably not going to be many leaves on the trees, so having some sunscreen can be incredibly helpful. Lastly, I've got these little Neutrogena makeup remover towelette cleaners. These are awesome for at the end of the day, just to wash your face down. Feels really refreshing. I picked these up at Walmart. My wife turned me on to these. Really cool, really good. And then I've got 3 things of floss. Next up, I've got my hammock kit. You'll know from this video that I tested out and I debated between bringing a backcountry chair, an ultralight chair, or a hammock setup. Well, I went with the hammock, and even this time, I'm going to bring the hammock. It's lighter, it's more compact, It's way more comfortable, and especially solo when you don't need to be near other people around the campfire or cooking or something like that. The hammock is the way to go. So I've got this hummingbird hammock, ultralight hammock. Awesome. Super lightweight. I would highly recommend it. To lay in one of these at the end of the day of hiking is incredible. All right, I'm just totally jumping around here, but I've got my Nemo Tensor, the wide version. I like this one. It is a bit loud. I don't care what you say. It is loud, but I still like to bring it, and it's needed, you know, for insulation and everything. I've been debating getting one of those little flex tail fillers, but I haven't broken down yet and got one of those. I might one day. Rain gear. I've got the Outdoor Research Helium jacket. I got this really ugly red color because it was really discounted on Amazon one day. I haven't actually had to use this much. It looks like this weekend I probably won't either, but it's nice to have it. Additionally, for rain, I have a rain skirt. This is the Bluefield rain skirt. Got this on Amazon. It was like 10 bucks. Really awesome for if you have your jacket, your pack cover, and then just to cover, you know, the upper portion of your legs. Really handy for that. Pack cover. Pretty much always bring my pack cover. Sometimes I bring an umbrella without the rain jacket, but one thing that I always bring for rain protection is my pack cover. And again, with the pillow, this can also double as like stuffing for the inside of the pillow. So I'm pretty much always packing this. Power brick. I bring a bigger 20,000 milliamp power brick. It's heavier, I know, but I'm recording a lot. I'm taking a lot of pictures and stuff like that. So I need the extra power. A lot of you could probably get by with the 10,000 milliamp. I like the 20. My Tyvek sheet, I've got just like a 24-inch by 24-inch Tyvek sheet. I put notes on it. I lay this thing out in front of my tent or whenever I'm unloading my backpack just to get things off of the ground. Super lightweight, waterproof. Highly recommend one of these. You can look through, a lot of people will look through the dumpsters at like a construction site, and there's often cutoffs from Tyvek that you can grab for free. Definitely bring in a puffy this time. This is going to be cooler. This is the 4 class. It used to be on sale on Walmart for like 70 bucks. It's very lightweight, but it also has a hood, and it's reeled down. This is my emergency odds and ends. So I have like extra batteries, a tiny thing of cord, maybe like 3 feet of cord, some Velcro, some safety pins, and then the water tablets. So I have probably like 6 water tablets in here, the iodine style water tablets, just in case. You never know if your water pump malfunctions and you need to purify some water. They weigh nothing. I always throw them in there just for peace of mind. Okay, so my quilt, I've got the hammock gear. I got a custom quilt from Hammock Gear. It's a 15 degree. I also had it overstuffed. I don't like to be cold while I'm sleeping, so it's huge. It doesn't weigh a whole lot, but it's humongous, and it does pack down, but the downside is it's still pretty dang big and takes up a lot of space in my pack. But it's extremely warm, and I like being nice and toasty at night, so I bring this, and I love it. Thermarest sit pad. This is just a cutoff from a Thermarest pad. I brought this on every trip. It's nice for not only kneeling when you're getting in and out of your tent, but also just pulling out to sit on a log or something like that to have lunch. Really nice. This is the first time I'm bringing this. It is a bit of a waste of weight. However, I want to get some cool shots this time. I want to do like some more time lapses. I want to do some more videos direct to camera. So I'm going to bring with me this little Smart Tree phone tripod. It's got this mount on the bottom. So normally I'm like trying to balance my camera just right between 2 limbs and a rock, and it just takes a lot of time. So I thought I would simplify it and just bring this. For my tent, I've got my favorite Durston X-Mid 1P. Love this tent. I have my stakes in here. I've got my ground cloth, which I just use one of the window insulation covering sheets. I'm not sure what it's actually called. I think it's called like Polycro or something like that. I've been using it for, gosh, 10 trips. Never had any issue with it. Super lightweight. All the leaves and stuff shake off of it. But I love this tent. I'm also really interested in the X-Dome, so I might be breaking down and getting one of those one day. Also carry a big waterproof bag. I think this is also Polycro material. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this just sits in here in the outside pocket in case, any rain is expected. I can throw everything in this, tie the top of it, then know that everything will be dry. I carry one trash bag, just a Ziploc trash bag. I have my Black Diamond Astro. I know that there's more, high-tech, smarter ones out there, but this one worked for me. I think I got it for $20 at REI. It's pretty good with battery life, and yeah, it just works. Got my Swiss Army knife. This is just enough. It's got a little picker and some tweezers and the scissors. You don't really need any crazy big knife on the AT. In my outer pockets, I like to have my hand sanitizer. So got a cheap whistle. This is for wildlife. So if there was a bear or something like that wouldn't get out of camp, I'd pull out the whistle. I start every hike with 1 liter in a smart water bottle. I love these smart water bottles because they're pretty durable. You can pick them up anywhere. So usually every 4 or 5 trips, I'll just get a new one. And you can pick them up at pretty much any gas station or CVS or Walgreens or whatever. I clip onto my pack one of these little ThermoWorks zipper style thermometer. Just, it doesn't weigh a lot. I guess it's kind of a luxury item, but I like to see what the temperature is, especially like the highs and lows. So for hiking itself, haven't changed my footwear. I've still got the Merrells. These are the Moab 3s. Especially when it's a little cooler, I like to bring these. There's supposed to be a lot of rocks, I've heard, in Pennsylvania. So I was hoping that these would provide a little bit more ankle support than my trail runners, so I go back and forth. Sometimes I use the trail runners, sometimes I use the Moab 3s. I think the Moab 3s are definitely more durable. They hold up better. I've also got my Dirty Girl gaiters. I bring these every single trip. As far as socks, I start out with these Darn Tough socks. I don't like them to be super short, but also don't like them to be really high. Something like that. And then I've got my Lecky Legacy Light trekking poles. Love these things. And also I need them for my tent. These hold up the structure of my Durston X-Mid. So these are really, really nice. Really, one of the last things that we need to talk about is the food kit. And wherever I have my food kit, I also have my bear bag line. My food bag itself. So the weight of my food, let's check that. So this is exactly 5 pounds. And that's usually in line with what I bring with me on a 4-day backpacking trip. So it's going to be 3 nights, 4 days. So about 5 pounds of food is about right for me. And I'll just run through what I've got for a normal day. And I've kind of repeat the days. So if you see one day of the food, you'll get an idea of all the trip. First of all, this Dyneema bag is from Hilltop Packs. This thing's awesome. It's held up really well. And just awesome company too. Okay, so for food, let's start with the morning. So you can't start any morning without coffee. And I bring Folgers single serve instant coffee. This is the kind that you get in those little red boxes at the grocery store. They're usually like $1 or $1.20. You get like 7 sticks. Then for breakfast, I'll have these Kind breakfast bars. There's 2 of the little bars in here. These are pretty good. These are the peanut butter kind. I like these a lot. I got them from Lidl. I've also got this greens blend superfood drink, and this says it has like vitamins and 2 servings of fruits and veggies, 7 nutritious greens. So I usually will mix this in some water and just drink this in the morning just to stay as healthy as I can out there on the trail. Just a warning, it is pretty gross. I don't like it, but I do drink it just because I want to stay healthy. So I'll usually have a couple of snacks, one mid-morning snack and then one mid-afternoon snack. In this case, I've got these RX bars for the mid-morning snack. And then I've got just the regular Cliff Bar for the after lunch, before dinner snack. For lunch itself, I have tuna with tortillas. Also, one thing that's not displayed here is my cheese. So I bring 3 of the round kind of wax sealed red cheeses. I'll have my tortilla with the tuna, and then I'll put some cheese on the top of that, roll it all up, and that's a pretty good lunch. I've got it as a snack during the day. This is just like some trail mix, and I've added some almonds in there. And then the last meal of the night is the Mountain House meal. I like Mountain House. I have 1 for each night, so 3 nights on the trail. And yeah, these are pretty good to me. All right, so that's it. This is everything that I bring. Again, this is for a 4-day, 3-night trip, solo. It's not going to be summertime temperatures. It's going to be a little chilly at night, but this is it. This is what I'll carry. This was 23.9 pounds, and that's fully loaded with everything. To me, it's very reasonable. I wouldn't call it super ultra light, but it's very comfortable, very reasonable. I've got a few luxury items like my camera tripod, the thermometer, the bigger battery pack. But to me, all those things are worth the wait. I'm super excited about my trip. I hope to share a lot of videos from it. I have some ideas of some videos and some things I want to share with you guys out there on the trail. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to build up my channel. I've got tons of ideas for lots of different content ideas. Not just backpacking stuff, but other stuff. You can look around me and you can tell I'm into a lot of different things. I think you guys are too. So subscribe and check out my most recent videos. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys out on the trail.